So, so I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go.
Yeah, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta Tank Davis is fired up after finding out that Floyd Mayweather allegedly visited Lamont Roach's training camp ahead of their rematch. To Tank, it feels like a betrayal from someone he once saw as a mentor. He's been open about his rocky relationship with Mayweather, saying it's actually better to have issues with him than to be on good terms. In his view, being close to Floyd only leads to problems. While Davis didn't share all the details, he hinted that Mayweather has done things behind the scenes that deeply affected him, both personally and professionally. Tank has shown frustration in the past over Mayweather's actions out of the public eye, suggesting their relationship was never as smooth as it looked. Though he respects what Floyd achieved in the ring, Davis believes the best thing for him now is to focus fully on himself. He doesn't want to be distracted or held back by Mayweather's presence or influence anymore. As the rematch with Roach approaches, Tank is making it clear he's done being in anyone's shadow and is completely focused on his own path forward.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis recently opened up about his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that his focus is now entirely on his own career. When asked about Floyd's involvement or potential support, Davis responded by saying, Mayweather has always been who he is, and that he's already done everything he needed to in boxing. Tank admitted that if he were in Floyd's shoes, having reached that level of success, he'd probably act the same way. There's no bitterness in his words, just an understanding that Mayweather has stepped back from being involved in other fighters' careers. While some might see Mayweather's distance as a lack of support, Davis doesn't take it personally. He recognizes that Floyd has earned the right to enjoy his legacy and move on. Rather than dwelling on their past connection, Tank is focused on building something of his own. He's determined to step out from under his former mentor's shadow and create a legacy that stands on its own. Tank knows his success will come down to his own work ethic, focus, and ability to stay at the top. With his rematch against Lamont Roach approaching, Davis is all in on proving himself. He's not looking for anyone's approval or backup, just a clear win and a statement that he belongs among boxing's elite. Moving forward, Tank is keeping his eyes on his own future, not on his history with Mayweather.
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd, I was throwing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to his self and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type of shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly been giving advice to Lamont Roach after visiting his training camp, and it stirred up serious buzz in the boxing world. Known for his technical brilliance, Mayweather has always stressed that many young fighters struggle with their jab and fundamentals. His stated mission has been to shape the next generation of boxing stars, but his involvement with Roach has sparked tension, especially with Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank, who was once mentored by Mayweather from the very start of his career, now feels deeply betrayed. For years, Floyd stood in Tank's corner, helping him win major fights and build his brand. But watching him now support an opponent has made Tank question where Floyd's loyalty really lies. To Tank, it's not just about boxing advice, it's about trust. He sees Mayweather's actions as a clear sign of disloyalty. This situation isn't new either. Something similar happened with Frank Martin. Mayweather once supported him too, offering tips and mentorship, only to later pull back. The pattern seems to show that Floyd operates based on his own interests, rather than staying committed to any one fighter for the long haul. As Tank heads into his rematch with Roach, he knows he has to push past the drama and focus on the fight. Whether Mayweather is in his corner or not, Tank understands that the only way to protect his legacy is by proving himself in the ring, with his fists, not his feelings.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. Come on. See, a lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even really a habit. I don't want fighters doing the wrong thing. So we're gonna get back to the basics of boxing. Let's go. See the long jab? See the long jab? Right here at the low.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. recently praised Lamont Roach for his impressive skill set and growing power, calling him a true contender in today's boxing scene. Jones pointed out that Roach's ability to adapt inside the ring, along with his strong fundamentals and high ring IQ, makes him a serious threat to any opponent. While some may have underestimated Roach before his fight with Gervonta Davis, his performance left no doubt that he belongs among the top-tier fighters. What sets Roach apart, according to Jones, is his ability to handle adversity. He's faced tough situations in the ring and always finds a way to improve. His sharp footwork, solid defense, and smart counterpunching make him a versatile fighter capable of adjusting his strategy based on who's in front of him. Roach isn't just all heart. He has the technical skills to match. Jones also highlighted Roach's punching power, saying that while he might not be known for one-punch knockouts like Davis, his precision and timing allow him to land clean shots that do real damage. In longer fights, Roach's accuracy and stamina give him a clear edge. Outside the ring, Jones applauded Roach's discipline and work ethic, noting that his consistent training and mental focus are what keep him performing at a high level. Unlike fighters who rely only on raw talent, Roach's success comes from preparation, skill, and determination. With his growing confidence and sharpened technique, Roy Jones Jr. believes Roach will continue to make waves in the sport. Whether it's a rematch with Davis or a showdown with another top contender, Roach looks ready for anything.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get to Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean nothing right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between T.O. and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see, yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that T.O. said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud, what that means.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on
Lamont Roach has made it clear that while winning is always the goal, what he truly wants is a knockout. For him, stepping into the ring isn't just about getting the victory. It's about making a bold statement. Roach has poured countless hours into training, pushing himself day and night to sharpen every aspect of his game. Scoring a knockout against Gervonta Davis would be a defining moment in his career and a reflection of the hard work he's put in over the years. Roach sees this fight as a chance to prove he belongs at the top and to secure his spot among boxing's elite.
Earlier, my initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so you know, if that happens in the midst of it, you know, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
Lamont Roach isn't just aiming to win. He's aiming to knock someone out every time he steps into the ring. He admitted that while victory is always the main goal, putting his opponent down is what he really works for. He's trained relentlessly, putting in the kind of effort that deserves a defining moment. And when it comes to Gervonta Davis, Roach didn't hold back, saying if Davis is on his way out, then he's more than ready to help send him there. Roach thrives on proving people wrong. Throughout his career, he's dealt with critics questioning if he truly belonged among the sport's top fighters. After his first fight with Davis, some felt he didn't do enough, despite a strong showing. That criticism only pushed him harder. Now, heading into the rematch, Roach is more focused than ever. He's not just out to win, he's out to prove that he's not just good, but great. The doubts, the talk, the questions, they've only fueled his drive. Roach sees this as his moment to silence the critics and show that his power, skill, and heart can carry him to the top. This rematch is his chance to make a statement and earn his place among boxing's elite.
It does, in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been before. The Hector fight, they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So, you know, it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.
Tank Davis has never appeared as vulnerable in the ring as he did against Lamont Roach, and much of that credit goes to Roach's skill, toughness, and smart game plan. He pushed Tank into a real fight, something few expected. Roach stood his ground, took Tank's power, and landed sharp counters, keeping the bout far more competitive than anyone predicted. His calmness under pressure and clear confidence threw Tank off balance in a way no opponent had done before. It was a breakout performance that proved Roach is more than just a challenger. He's a top-level fighter. Still, not everyone is convinced. Some critics argue that one strong night isn't enough to label Roach as great. They say he needs to keep showing that same level of skill and consistency in future fights to earn that kind of respect. On the flip side, many fans believe Gervonta Davis is still the proven star. With his track record, knockout power, and big fight experience, they see the Roach bout as an off night, not a sign of decline. According to Davis supporters, a fully focused Tank will dominate in the rematch. For Roach, the rematch is his shot to prove the first fight wasn't a one-time show. If he can do it again, with the same composure and precision, he won't just beat a star, he'll become one.
I don't think Roach is a great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Kambosos. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Loma? Roach versus Shakur? Roach versus Keyshawn? Haney? Teo? No. No. I'm not allowing you guys to do that. He had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you could show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go one day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober. You can't.
Romero has come to Tank Davis's defense, making it clear that one tough night doesn't define a champion. He believes Tank is still the face of boxing and one of the most dangerous fighters in the game. According to Romero, even the greatest fighters have off nights. And what happened against Lamont Roach was just that. A rare off night, not a sign of Tank slipping. He pointed to Tank's track record, the power, the skill, the dominance, as proof that Davis still belongs among the sport's pound-for-pound best. Romero says one close fight shouldn't erase years of accomplishments. While critics may question Tank's last performance, Romero reminds everyone that even legends like Floyd Mayweather had challenging nights in the ring. Now with the rematch ahead, Tank has the perfect opportunity to silence the doubters. If he returns focused and sharp, Romero believes he'll remind the world exactly why he's still one of boxing's top stars.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Not only has Floyd Mayweather stepped back from Gervonta Davis, but longtime coach Calvin Ford has also been absent from his corner lately. This missing support might have played a part in Tank's recent performance struggles. Ford has been a crucial part of Davis's development, constantly pushing him to get better and sharpen his skills. However, Ford feels that his role with Tank has naturally come to an end, believing Davis has learned all he can from him. While he still supports Tank, Ford understands that every fighter eventually has to move on and grow on their own. Now, the challenge is on Davis to prove he can succeed without the two biggest influences who helped shape his career.
Best for him. I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I ask him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push things so I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back, and everybody keeps saying, they changing up stuff. No, we ain't changed up anything. It's the same thing we always do. You know?
Going into the, the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it, splitting the time? Or how's it going to be splitting the time to
No, this is
Saturday
something
night?
that we do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I got to do is speak. Then take out history. Since he was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, yo, I'm glad you here now. He watched him. He said, boom. And I see the light in Tank. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to, being in the corner, how do you see Gervonta right now, just being in camp? Because at first, when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And
Y'all have
now
to
he said
understand.
that...
Y'all have to understand. He a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that so tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford have been key figures in Gervonta Davis's career, offering guidance, strategy, and confidence every step of the way. Whenever Tank stepped into the ring, they were there to keep him focused and disciplined. Their support played a big part in his rise to fame and his dominance in the sport. But things have changed. Now, Tank is navigating his career without either of them. Many believe their absence showed in his recent fight against Lamont Roach, where he seemed less sharp. Without Mayweather and Ford's experience and advice, Davis is facing new challenges. Some say Tank might not have reached this level without their help, and now questions arise about whether he can stay at the top on his own. The pressure is on Davis to prove he can succeed by himself and show the world he's more than just a product of their mentorship.
Stop head hunt. That's how you get the head.
Calvin, I need this 10th, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He said unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want.
He said on
You
the
want from me.
unofficial.
Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said I'm the unofficial, not the real card here. Keep picking your shots. You took that round off here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was faster.
Calvin Ford and Floyd Mayweather played crucial roles in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, guiding him through tough moments and key choices. They offered mentorship, strategy, and experience that kept him on track. Now, with both no longer by his side, Davis faces the challenge of navigating the boxing world on his own. This change has sparked debate. Some think he has outgrown their influence and is ready to stand alone, while others worry their absence might hurt his future success. Only time will show whether moving forward without them was the right move, or if it will affect his career path.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next?
Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank sit there and say the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take that fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked. That's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at. You know, we at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's going to sign the contract to make them move.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned for more.